the seashells. Thank you. You know, this might be the most humble gift I've ever received, but it could also be the most precious. Truthfully, I was somewhat skeptical of whether you were actually listening to my ramblings. And for that, I am deeply grateful. I've always had the impression that Duncan became rather weary of my endless babble. Though, upon reflection, I confess I found his conversations equally tiresome. I'm sorry to cut this visit short, but there is something I simply must attend to as soon as possible. But I'd really love it if you visited again soon. Oh, that sounds delightful. Just make sure it's somewhere picturesque, hmm? The South is supposed to be famous for its breathtaking landscapes. But so far, the only thing that's taken my breath away... Oh, I know. When we came here with Duncan, I noticed a lovely little terrace overlooking the sea. We could go there, make it a proper outing. Maybe a picnic. That sounds charmingly provincial, doesn't it? Oh, I can't wait. Please, let me know when you're ready to set out.
Go on then.
Absolutely. I've longed to leave these four walls. Oh, let's depart. Ah, this is quite an endearing spot, albeit rather windy, and the decor leaves much to be desired. I must confess that ghastly statue had entirely escaped my memory until now. Now, what shall we talk about? You know almost everything there is to know about me, and yet I hardly know anything about your life. Tell me, have you always been a mercenary? And you just agree? Oh, you poor dear. We must work on your confidence. Trust me, nobody says no quite like a moray. Ah, I suppose we all do, one way or another. I must confess, this abrupt pivot in my life has profoundly illuminated the varied struggles of the common folk. I cannot deny having led a rather sheltered existence. You must have found me quite naive when we first encountered each other. That's rather encouraging, I suppose. It is essential, isn't it, not to stagnate as one progresses through life. Indeed, much of this transformation I owe to you. For that, my gratitude knows no bounds. Let us propose a toast, shall we? To new beginnings and the rich tapestry of life that we continue to weave. Now, I must admit, I've been positively aching with anticipation to delve into the tales of your exhilarating escapades. Your life appears so fabulously thrilling. So, do tell me, what's the most exciting thing that has happened to you recently? Oh, you flatterer. That's rather obvious, isn't it? No. Tell me about some of your real adventures, if you don't mind. Have you encountered any other captivating individuals? Oh, no. Don't tell me that ridiculous little legend the locals insist on sharing is actually true. I do adore a bit of folklore, but to actually believe it, unthinkable. Go on then, convince me. I simply must hear more. Oh, you poor thing, that's terrible. Oh, and here I was doubting you. How dreadfully rude of me. Although, I suspect there's far more to this strange marine excursion than you're letting on. I wouldn't mind you telling me all about it one day. Don't be coy, darling. You should know by now that I rarely do anything for which I have no patience or desire. Besides, the evenings here are indeed rather slow, so the prospect of your delightful company to enliven them is most welcome. Now, I've had a lovely... but it's getting late, and I'd rather not be caught by nightfall on my way home. I do hope we can do this again sometime. Oh, you've arrived. Marvelous. I must confess, I've been eagerly awaiting your next visit. Today, I have crafted something quite special just for you. Here, behold my very first creation, expressly designed just for you. What? No, of course not. Perish. I must confess, I've grown rather fond of you. And I am not averse to the idea of exploring a more intimate connection. What? Certainly not. Don't be preposterous. Blushing is a pastime for the timid and unseasoned girls, not for a woman of my stature and breeding. Me blushing? The very thought. No. Well, I used to think living among the unwashed masses in the wilderness was beneath me. I'm not sure if what I feel for you is love, but this time I'm not opposed to exploring the possibility. Then I'm relieved to hear that. Well, if you'll pardon my boldness, I would not be opposed to a kiss. And then, perhaps we could see where the evening leads us. Darling, I must say I've thoroughly enjoyed your company. I do hope you don't have to rush off just yet. Do you, dearest? How marvelous! In fact, I've been meaning to suggest something. I've thought about this for a while, and this mansion is rather grand for just one person. I don't know if you already have suitable lodgings, but, well, I'm offering you one now. Oh, think nothing of it. I'd simply love to have you around more. The interior is charming, and yes, the view is divine, and imagine a garden. No need to worry, my dearest. I've already drawn up a list of all the and it's going to be simply magnificent. Is there anything more romantic than a proper garden? Imagine the blossoms in spring, the scent of fresh herbs wafting through the air. I did consider hiring a gardener, but no. It's time for me to sink my fingers into the fresh soil and bring forth the fruits of my own labor, just as village women have done for centuries. It can't be too hard, can it? If the peasants can manage it. The pond is certainly a choice. Well, to be honest, I'm rather used to more ornamental pieces. But this is nice as well. Very quaint, very rustic, fitting. I only hope nothing lays eggs in there. Ugh. Darling, the workshop is simply magnificent. My sanctuary, a place where, oh, just imagine the gowns, the embroidery, the masterpieces that will emerge from these very walls. I hope you're prepared, dearest, because soon, darling, I must admit, the work you've done, and while I may have exuded cheer and enthusiasm, deep down I wasn't particularly excited about living in the South at first. But now, I suppose it's grown on me.
I know this place. I remember it, although my memory is still clouded. I was here with Merlin. We had a disagreement about something important. It was here that the idea of how to end the war with the Four Dwellers first took shape. But what happened next is still unclear. I don't remember a place of his eternal rest. But something is...
are not him. You are different. I am Seawolf Firstfoot, the one who scouted the land before the traitor Arthur set foot on it. I was loyal. I was devoted. Arthur wanted more. Arthur betrayed me. Yes, it is my legacy. The Jewel of the South, the safe haven of honorable men. I've been here for so long, it doesn't matter anymore. The Dalriata promised me revenge. They understand what happened here. Everyone who comes here has the right to ask. I was the most loyal of Arthur's men. I was the first to go ashore and take on any danger that might arise in this new and unfamiliar land. Then came the war. I fought by his side, shielded him with my own body. I trusted him. But Arthur wanted more. Arthur longed to possess a power equal to that of our enemies. So Merlin decided our king must first become immortal. Only then could he achieve greatness. But Merlin needed volunteers. trusted people to go first to make sure that his methods were effective. So we wouldn't risk Arthur's life in trying to grant him immortality. They thought I had died, so they buried me. Arthur's greed and Merlin's obsession made me what I am now. Arthur should have made sure. They thought I was dead, but I heard everything. I know there were others after me. I know that the king didn't hesitate to do anything to achieve his goal. He experimented on all the knights, abusing their oath. He told them it was for the greater good. Their lives, our lives, meant nothing to him. Arthur doomed his people to eternal suffering. Their names forgotten. Their loyalty abused. He sacrificed the lives of the noblest of men. And this is the greatest possible betrayal. We cannot be helped. We cannot be killed. The Dalriata promised to burn down Camelot. Avenge the memory of all my brothers. Camelot was built on betrayal. People have the right to live in truth. But when Camelot falls, we build a new world. Kill.
And? What do you think? they're just fools. Somebody made a stupid mistake in the past. Somebody came up with traditions and stories to mask what was done. And for hundreds of years, fools were eating it up because the lies were easier to believe. Really, there's no point in invoking tradition any longer, because it's worth shit. The only thing that matters is safety and loyalty towards the one who can provide it. And honestly, I don't believe the ones running this entire circus will protect anyone but themselves. Well, now we've found ourselves in what I'd probably call, and somehow you unwittingly became the most important person in the... You see, my boys from the Horns of the South are split down the middle. The latter, like Feargas, are the traditionalists, and they know me a little bit too. If I come to them with this revelation, they think it were a conspiracy. But if somebody from the outside, somebody Feargas trusts, steps in and convinces him, you see where I'm going with this? That's what I wanted. Go talk to Feargas. Get him to visit this place. I just hope Feargas shows some...
something. Oh, really? And here I thought the horns of the South... But go ahead. Have I ever mentioned I'm not a big fan of your... Now, tell me what you really want, or walk away. This isn't funny. I'm no Galahad. Burning people at the stake for heresy. Still, judging by the look on you... All right, then. I'll go and check it out. See what's got... I saw what you wanted me to see. We need to talk. Honestly, I'm not sure what... Everything I believed has been seriously challenged. Why did you... Because it could be that I'd be better off not... What they did to Seawall is unthinkable. And what will the other keepers say? What will happen to the Horns of the South? Everything we believed. You're right. In the end, it doesn't... And we did everything in our power to keep the South safe. But this will be the end of the Horns of the South. No young man will join our ranks when hundreds of years of our history... It sounds better than the alternative. That we're a bunch of fools believing in children's fables of... And we'll have to give everyone some hope to cling to after the truth about... All right. I assume Brandon put you up to... I'll support this case. If only for the safety and... I don't have to like it one bit.
There's nothing for you here, Wanderer. And if I couldn't open... Tyrannus of the Thoid tribe. Dalriata. Likewise. Great minds think alike. And apparently, if you're set on going further, you'll need every bit of life force you have. A curse for killing a member of the Thoid tribe could take... I thought that since you're here, you'd know what lies behind these... Many have tried. I've been camped here for 3 moons. There's no life for me outside. This is my destiny, one I chose for myself, but my strength is fading. Words are precious. We weave It is death and magic. It draws its power. Look for the mist. They say its feet don't touch the ground. Though those are... We call them the Mist Bearer. Everyone from Thoid wants to feed, and I'd love to get my hands on one of their corpses. Those are... If you manage to slay the Mist Bearer, I'll pay you in gold for everything you bring back. Then maybe I'll invite you to... Return a lot. Good luck, Wanda. Careful, you did it. Impressed. I wish I'd been the one to face the Mistbearer, but I bow to the one who managed to slay it. Excellent. And here's your reward. Our guild was indeed formed in Camelot, but we fled from there. The Thoid tribe is the only one that doesn't fear magic. The guild never stopped operating. At one point, it wasn't the first time in Avalon's history that a group of ignorant fools, manipulated by politicians, needed. The Druids were the first target, and the plan was for the Alchemist's Guild to be next. We preferred to disappear on our own terms, but we still care about them. What does it matter what he thinks? He has his history is unfolding elsewhere. It doesn't matter who rules the South. The fate of all Avalon is at stake. Yes, I did. With your courage. And to be honest, it's been a long time since I've felt this confident about a new guild member. So, what do you say? We seek the spark of life, the primal force that makes existence possible. We believe it holds the key to surviving the inevitable horrors that have already begun. There aren't many of us left, and our ranks remain hidden. You'll meet the others as you advance through the levels of initiation. Sometimes, though, we fall victim to our own secrecy. Some members delve... The weirdness, of course. We know it's the source. People fear the weirdness, so the weirdness creates nightmares. When we I only hope the other members haven't forgotten that this is our mission. Sometimes, experiments that spiral out of control. You'll understand in time. But first, we have a valuable member, a researcher of the weirdness named Eckhart from Connacht. I have my own mission to complete, so finding out why he hasn't contacted us falls to you. If something unfortunate has happened to him, let's meet at the statue of the...
Not much. I never encountered one myself. But I heard stories about mist bearers, like most creatures on this island, emerged from the weirdness. They were always drawn to magic. The Druids believed they fed on it in some way. Merlin forbade his apprentices from hunting them. Druids were too valuable to what became of them after.
Who goes there? Stay focused. Ah! That's all you got. Stay.
See you around.
Ah, you're back. So... Good. I do feel for the boy. He really loved Camelot. Probably the last truly... I knew his honor wouldn't let him hide it from the others in the... Now, I'll get one eye, and together we'll... not everybody will be happy. Those who don't support us will be released from their oath. And after that, whatever they choose... Brothers, today marks a new chapter in the history of the Horn to the South. Today, we put an end to fear and poverty. I understand your pain. I know you feel helpless in the face of the looming terror of the weirdness. Camelot has abandoned us, brothers. For years, they've given us no aid. All they do is take our resources, send us to senseless slaughter, and keep us in the dark. Camelot doesn't see us as equals. They've forgotten Seawall Firstfoot's legacy and the promise King Arthur made to us. We were meant to stand as equals. We were meant to be just as powerful as them. And all this time, do you know what they've done to the founder of the Horns of the South? For over 600 years, Seawall has been alive, forgotten by King Arthur and all of Camelot. You don't have to take my word for it. Seawall's tomb is open. Go and see for yourselves. I say, enough. Enough of being fed a rotten myth that turned out to be one great lie. We swore loyalty to the torturers of one of the noblest knights to ever walk Avalon. I say, enough. We will no longer honor an oath made to dishonorable people. We won't let ourselves be exploited any longer. But, my brothers, I bring news. Galahad the Pure, the same Galahad who threatened to burn half our garrison at the stake, is dead. Galahad's death is our chance to break free from Camelot. Enough lies. No more risking everything for those who only know how to take. You're probably wondering, how can we protect the South on our own? How can we defend ourselves when Camelot comes to reclaim their slaves? Yes, that's what we are to them. I know the lockdown of the fortress surprised you, and for that, I truly apologize, but it was necessary to keep you from attacking our new allies, the Del Rita tribes, led by One Eye.
I know, my brothers, I know. This must be a shock, especially since I didn't share my plans with you earlier. But hear me out. Thanks to this alliance between the Orcs of the South and the Dalriada tribes, we are securing the safety of the South and our independence from Camelot.
The tribes will provide us with the military support our depleted ranks desperately need. The tribes will help us rid the South of the bandits who've plagued our people for years. Together, we'll share knowledge and resources to ensure a better future for all Southerners.
We will not drain your resources. In fact, we'll replenish your armories and fill your pantries. We'll stand together, fighting side by side to bring peace and order back to the South. In return, all we ask is your loyalty. If you see a brother from the Dalriada fighting the Camelotian, stand with our brother. That's all.
Of course, if anyone isn't in favor of this alliance, you have the right to leave the service. I declare a new era for the Horns of the South. Those who don't wish to help build this future are released from their oaths. To those who choose to stay, I promise a good life, and you won't face any more threats. Now, brothers, return to your duties and rest easy. The Horns of the South will endure, and soon we'll be stronger than ever before. An honest matter. What do you need? dear. I'd love to appoint you. You know my attitude, but it doesn't change the fact that you're a woman, and I can't be as obvious in what I'm doing. But there might be a way that could help us bypass. It's an ancient ritual dating back to the beginnings of the Horns of the South. If you pass it, no one could deny you the title of a keeper. We could beat tradition with an even older tradition. You see, there are many different legends. According to one of them, there are a few places on Avalon where you can... And one of those places... Have you seen the old gong in the sunken village? Well, many years ago, when people still went to the woods for a shit instead of using a privy, it was part of a certain... Only the people who passed... None of the living keepers were recruited that way, so we don't really know what happened. That's why Galahad now appoints keepers and the captain chooses them. I only know that you need to sound the gong and then lie down to sleep. If you wake up, I mean, when you wake up again in the morning, unfortunately, the gong is broken. So first, you'll need to find a way to fix it. Fortunately, Oshbrit should be able to help you a little. Just tell him I sent you. Well, I'm not going to lie. From what I've heard, many people never woke. And those who woke up were... changed. Then you'll have to find someone smart. Go, and may the sun...
Riordan's back. Let's hope he knows what...
Why would you want to fix it?
Take some advice from an old man. If there's a giant, ancient statue that...
Well, if you put it that way, then I suppose I have to tell you the truth.
Of course I can fix it. It's a skill we passed down from master. Obviously, though, you'd have...
wanderer. Back in the day, you just needed to look at the stars and you'd know where you were. I guess I'm just an old man listening to the... Every wave carries a story, you know. Some are whispers, others are roars. I like to think they're keeping me company. Long ago, I decided to wait for something to happen. So I'm waiting for what's ahead of me. But I can feel that it's closer than ever. Everything that's around us, it's not yet the end. And that thought really bothers me. Monsters? I think you misunderstand. It's sad. But as you can see, not much depends on us. They were given some time, which they've tried to use as much as they could. That's all. I'm glad they allow me to stay here despite what happened. It's the cycle of life. There's nothing to be afraid of. If you're afraid, it means you're struggling with something too much, my friend. Sometimes you just need to... The sunken village was not always sunken. But one day, someone, undoubtedly important, so the wave came and made the village into the sunken village. I know that some druids did it. Specific individuals, well, you'd have to ask those responsible for the flood. That's a good question. Nevertheless, the punishment was delivered, and at least that's what those who set fire. Among others, this wouldn't have happened if not for Camelot's desperation. Hey, many tragic decisions were made. I don't know if the word was so... What happened on the fields of the... It was about long ago enough for people to have known. And yet, now and all, I have everything. Before you go, I understand. I see you. I hear you. You can come keep me company with...
How did you, Oh, forget it. Here. That should do it. Do whatever you need.
Seems familiar. I do not feel my... Something we'll find.
summon me again. Excalibur, is it really you who come from a time beyond?
It seems he speaks to me.
Welcome.
I can see that you know me, but I am a mere shadow of my true self.
That's what you told me, my friend. The next time we see each other, you will not remember me, but you are here now. The will and the power led you back to this place, even in this incomplete form.
Where should I look for?
Avalon's fate has never rested upon one person alone. Yet here you are, trying again, restless and eager to take the responsibility again.
Tell me what I must do to be worthy to lead.
Your path is true. Seek wholeness and Avalon. And you have given yourself to the king's service. You are worthy of a place among the keepers of the South. Arthur, take out your sword and fear no failure. It is yours to take. It always was. I deem you worthy. The promise I gave thy mother is fulfilled, and thus our pact is ended. And when you reach your journey's end,
I have my suspicions, but Thiergas, he'll either see the truth, or that's his choice. It means, but if his loyalty to old ideals runs deep... You actually went through with it, huh? Can't say I understand why anyone would willingly take on that mess. Now, as tradition, in shadows and mud, in burden and boredom, we suffer. Clueless, thick and carry the weight. We're the lantern, the lighter, the rope that snapped, the hands that shield. By this joke of tradition, by this nonsense. There, you can pick up your meals from Ruark at 6 AM. We start training at 7 AM. I'm joking. I know you won't stay here, but if you're up for some work... Well, while we've been bickering about politics and playing at diplomacy, turns out chaos is a great breeding ground for parasites.
What do you want? I just heard that some old man named Morris showed up at the keep. Can you imagine? It's you. Mahone is getting better. At least for us. Unfortunately, Cole isn't improving. But I'll allow the refuge. No. I only care that the situation...
Someone's out there. What a whim! No, you'll regret this! I'm not beaten yet! Your road ends here. this is going to hurt. You're only making... We have come to... Your gold belongs to us now. Your money or your love? Is that supposed to work? Huh? You're only making me angrier! You're in for a world of... You're in for a world of hurt! There. Your money or your life? Your gold belongs to us. Your wealth is ours. You're in for a world of hurt!
It seems we knew each, and this proves that I trusted him enough to. This must.
Please. Do you keep... A fight to the death. Dragon knows they'll read the dogs back here? Oh, I'm not. Go chop up.
You've done it again! Oh, I've got something else for you. might retire early and let you take... Looks like you've handled everything I had for you. Say what you want about the Dal Rita.
Sly, you won't hear me complaining, that's for sure. Brandon, nothing thrives in stagnation. Least of all, personally, I...
inside. Step forward. After all, you know me well. Take off your mask now. It's your home. Welcome, little prince. Why the sullen look? Aren't you glad to see me? You finally made it here. It must have taken quite a long time. So, you don't remember me. I'm afraid it might have something to do with the form in which I see you now. This body and soul, they're much different from what I expected. But to answer your question, I am the Weaver. And though it may be hard for you to believe, a part of you knows me all too well. Because it is easier for me to address you this way than to accept that, for now, you are nothing more than a human. It is painful. It is a place where my prince was woven from the threads of pure potential. The Pale Lady was relentless in her desire to fulfill her vision of an offspring, modeled after those she watched so eagerly. It displeases me that you don't remember. I'd envisioned your return and our meeting, but now it all makes sense. Nothing remarkable. I simply exist in this place. That you ended up, none of my kind have visited here. I used to weave new Avalonians, shaping them according to the intent and thought that accompanied. Now the thread of potential is much weaker, though it seems this. She was a powerful Avalonian, one of the oldest. She saw and desired far more than the rest of her kin, who were suffocating in their growing decadence. To live a life where one can do anything, it loses all meaning. When she discovered the homelands and learned of mortality and time, we were no longer the same. We could no longer exist as we once had. You'll find traces of her here as well. I'm afraid I must admit, it seems she retreated into her depths again, after the true one, from which mortals are not meant to be awakened. Not like this. The shard of the prince's memory, it is shattered. Much like the fragmented memory of the king that lingers within you. I'd gladly speak with him, but something is preventing him from manifesting. I don't know all the details. What I do know is that after our prince was murdered by our kin, his potential, what you humans might call a soul, did not perish. The prince had been deeply fascinated by humans. That person was Arthur, the man who had... He followed his mother's fascination. But he wished to go further. He wanted to experience being human. So he built the menhirs, and to repel the weirdness. For us, the Four Dwellers, such a vision was both heretical and terrifying. Some of our kin could not forgive him for it. So, they killed him. It was the first time an Avalonian had ever slain one of their own. Arthur was a man, mortal like any other, but ambitious like few. But yes, his origins are far more complicated. This is a tale of two separate realities that, through a series of specific events, began to intersect, forming a single knot. Everything that has happened, and everything that will happen, is meant to decide the fate of that knot. And we, as you likely already know, have been pulled into all of this. Our meeting comes to an end. I regret how brief it is, but my role in your story was always meant to be insignificant.
Have you seen the seal?